How to clean and scrape all the crud off your bolt and your bolt carrier group for your AR-15. And I want to try out my new scraper tool for my bolt carrier group. I know there's a spot on the bolt that gets really built up with crud, and I wanted to find a way to clean that off. So this scraper tool made by Real Avid, I'm going to give this a try. You can use this hook on the end to pull out your firing pin retainer, and then you can just bang it out. So this is just fresh from the range, so you can see that probably is going to wipe off, but that's the kind of dirt you get. Okay, now that the firing pin is out, you push the bolt in. If it's not already, you'll be able to turn this cam pin this way. You won't be able to do that with the firing pin in there. Then you can pull it right on out. Then the bolt comes right out. So what I'm talking about is this crud right here. I've used all kinds of solvents and it just doesn't take that off. So I got this scraper tool, and it's supposed to fit in here. It's supposed to scrape all that off. So we're going to give that a shot. Well, it's certainly scraping. I got stuff falling all over my bench here. Ooh, there we go. So you put some pressure, push them toward each other, and it really does a good job. Oh man, look at that. Look at all this crud that's coming off. Yeah, it's getting all that right off of there. Working real good. Let me get a little Hoppies, number 9. Put it on here. Gonna let that sit for a little. Oh, look at that. It's getting it all off of there. That's pretty clean. Yeah, that's pretty good. So the other parts of the tool, this part here is to get in between the lugs here. If you have any carbon, I don't usually find too much carbon built up here, but that's what that's for. This flat part is for scraping the bolt face. Yeah, there's a little bit in there, not too much. This hook is actually for getting underneath the extractor. If you have any carbon under there, very important to be clean under the extractor. This also can scrape in here. I don't see a lot of buildup there. I really mostly got it to do this part here, and it does a really nice job. So it's about 15 bucks, $15.99 maybe on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description. But that does a real good job. The other end of the tool, inserting in here, kind of press inward and turn this, and it'll help scrape that area in there. See, it's coming up. Then once you loosen it up with the scraper, you get some of your hops number 9, and just go down in there. Whoops. Just go down in there and try and get that all cleaned up. Scrape a little bit and go in there with your swabs. Just clean it up as best you can. This little hook is for scraping this part of the firing pin. This part is for this part of the firing pin. Probably work here as well. But honestly, I'm going to just take a cotton swab. Probably get all of that right off of there pretty easy. So I'm just going to wipe down the rest of these pieces and put it back together. Alright, so I'll get this wiped down. And anywhere else that's dirty, just get a little solvent on there. Down in here, clean these rails because they're going to get lubricated. That's where the bolt carrier slides along. So you just make sure that's all clean. Wipe it down. and we're going to be good to go. Alright, so before I put it back together, I just wanted to show you one last place I like to clean. Get a pipe cleaner, fits perfectly right into the firing pin opening there, and you can just get that nice and clean in there. It's nice and clean, and you want to blow it out real quick. Just blow right in there in case any fuzz from the pipe cleaner ends up in there, but that gets it nice and clean inside. And now, before we put it back together, you just want to put a little bit of lube. I use original gun oil pretty much for everything. So all I'm just going to do is just 1 drop of lube on the outside of this bolt, and I just smear that around, get a little bit of lube on everything, just a tiny bit. Same thing, not even a full drop on the cam pin, and same thing, just barely. That was probably too much right there. Get some of that off. Just the lightest coating on the firing pin. Alright, now I'm going to put it all back together. Very important how it goes back together. So what you want to do is get this hole lined up with this hole on the inside, and as you'll notice, your cam pin is going to end up going in there. It only goes in one side. If you see it, it won't go in the other side. It won't go in. So this is the side you want facing this hole. So you kind of line it up like that. Put it in there so it's lined up right there like that. If you have it lined up just right, the cam pin will drop right in. If it's not quite lined up, you just got to move this around a little bit. And once that is in, you want to twist it 90 degrees. That'll allow your firing pin to go right down into the middle hole. Press it all the way in so you can see light through this hole, and then take the retaining pin, put it in there. Now you're all good to go. You will want to pull that out for it to slide back into the upper of the gun. If it's down here, it's not going to go in. So pull it out like that, and you are now ready to put it back into your gun. Alright, if you like this video, please hit the like button below and subscribe. I'll put links to the AR-15 scraper down in the description, as well as the hoppies, the gun oil, and the cool mended dispenser that I use to pump a little hoppies up here in the top. Keeps it from getting contaminated. Alright, thanks for watching.